Right. A friend asked me a favor. He wanted me to look into this. This peculiar looking object is actually a phone. It's a Bang & Olufsen BeoCom 2. It's held onto this base by a magnet. And the problem with it is that number 3 isn't working. I'll just open it up, see how it works on the inside and how I made it. Might be nice to see. So I'll just have to open these screws. So I adapted my camera bracket for my magnetic indicator holder. I burnt my fingers in the process, so I hope that won't be a big problem. But I also found a tiny Torx screwdriver. It's for one of the inserts of a boring bar. And it fits these screws here. Base is a metal plate. Need to focus this. I think it's on autofocus now. The base is a metal plate with 3 wires, which go to a set of contacts. But there are only 2 pins in this base. The wires have a connector. Yes. Just easy to remove this part. Now let's see. I can see a battery pack behind a plastic clamp or something. I need some fine pliers. I think it's acting as a kind of spring. Certainly looks like it. And there's 2 small holes. And maybe I need a special tool which grab these holes and grab this ring. See what I can get. I have this ring extractor for small clamping rings. It has interchangeable jaws. And I was hoping this one would work. Yeah, I think it will. Next up, battery pack, rechargeable batteries. I can see another connector in there. 2 wires. I also see a piece of metal here. Maybe this is also some kind of clamp. I don't want to damage the casing. Right, are the batteries. A 2-wire non-reversible connector. And there's another torque screw in there. Let's see if I can get this lamp to shine into the tube. No. Here's some luck. One torque screw. This looks like another clamping part. You might not see it, but I'm inspecting the inside. There's some wires going to another connector. There's 2 sets of connectors. All right. looks like another ring pushing outwards to set itself in the tube, but there are no points to grab it. So the screw in here holds part of this plastic thing, this black plastic thing. If I can push just past it. No movement. I can see a circuit board. Another connector. Okay, I think I'll Google it. Maybe there's a clue how to open it. Right, some time has passed. I searched the internet. I couldn't find much information, and I set this aside for a while. I tried a few times, but I didn't have any luck opening it. But I eventually managed to get it open. One of the things is removing the buttons. I've got a feeler gauge here. And the trick is to open the one. Then you can slide out all the other buttons. Except for the 1 and the 2. And you can use them when removing this cover. This piece goes here, and I tried forcing it open from this side, but I didn't have much luck. And when I did get it open, I was trying it from around here. That's where I could force open the display cover. This is one piece, by the way. And I could use the numbers. I could slide them under the lifted cover. I could slide the numbers under to keep it open, so it wouldn't press down again and clamp itself with these little clamping things. Now inside there's a speaker, and if I'm correct, this part should be sliding out this way, but this stop is this part, I don't really know what it is. It feels like metal. This acts as a kind of stop. And it's being held in there by 2 clamps, I think. It's a bit hard to see. Let's see if I can focus this. there's this part behind it, and slide a bit to the left, and it looks like it's clamping this main part down. Now there's an electrical connection, this flexible connector. There's two LEDs over here. I haven't seen this device working when it was cold, so I think they'll blink when there's an incoming call. Now usually you can sever the connection from these flexible circuit boards. When there's no connector, there's just this print stuff, so you can't disconnect it. When I was doing the internet search, the only information I could find was someone stating these phones shouldn't be serviced, or were designed not to be serviced by B&O. That was not very positive news. There is a plastic clamp in here. I'm just moving this in so it won't reattach itself. I was hoping the problem was only a lot of dirt beneath the number, but that's not the case. Because it's 3, which doesn't work. There was a lot of dirt beneath the number, so it's maybe a good thing to clean it if you have one of these old phones. Old, I don't know when they were made, but this one might be too thin. 0.15 millimeters. I can't see the whole part, so I don't know what's blocking what. I'll focus this. There's also still backside. There is some movement, but I'm not sure if I'm just wiggling it or sliding it out bit by bit. Hey, movement. And the phone gets larger at the top, so there should be some more space, but it also is a bit less wide. So I can't just slide this part out. Right, this is the clamp. These parts were holding down this part and clamping itself down to fix the display in place. Now let's see. This display is probably a bit delicate. I wonder if I can't just push this one out. Right. There's a big screw in here. I don't know if I showed it on camera. I think it's this one. Get its number out. So this is a plastic plate, I think, which acts as a support for the display. There's some foam padding. ran out of battery and I had some other stuff to do. In the meantime, I've cleaned my desk here. I was just looking at this part, this piece here. There are two little hooks which clamp into this part. So if you want to take one of these phones apart yourself, and this is a place to start loosening this cover plate. And I'm not quite sure how I can extract the rest. I don't want to damage anything. Let's see. It's a bit hard to focus the camera. If you can see anything. This looks like a connector here. I hope I'm right. Yes. Flexible connector. This one doesn't look disconnectable. This is a flexible circuit board. I can see the printed circuit board. It looks like these parts here are separate pieces. This one is 0.7 millimeters. This is the thing. I don't often use this these feeler gauges to open stuff. I used them for the first time on this phone. It's quite handy to have them around. I have to focus the camera by hand. Usually autofocus doesn't work when you're working with stuff in front of you. And I want this bit with the buttons. I want to remove it. I can't see any screws. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. Last time I pushed it out a bit. Maybe I could find a longer screwdriver. Try to get some light in here. Like this. There's these two connectors. A circuit board is on the bottom side. If you look at it from this angle. I think I'm pushing on this part. There is an extra clip in here or something like that, but it doesn't look like I can remove it easily. It's like one of those other clips, like this. But without the springing part. It's screwdriver is too thick. I bought this from one of those cheap Chinese online stores. I was looking for a set with tiny screwdrivers and stuff like that. I was hoping this was a good one. It was about 12 euros. Don't know if this part I'm pressing can move. Two connected cables are interfering a bit. I don't know how bendable this stuff is, but it looks like there's 3 parts. Black one here, some kind of clamp, and the top part. Let's refocus. This part is the rubber or silicone mat with contacts on it. If you've taken apart stuff with a lot of buttons, you like remote control, you'll know what I mean. By the way, there was a lot of dirt underneath these buttons. So if you have a phone which doesn't function properly, then maybe you can solve the problem by just cleaning underneath. Someone's been setting off firework. This plastic part is locked in the casing on a few places. I can squeeze these top two out, I think, but it still gives me some problems around here. It's moving. Slowly, but it's moving. Because these lines are not parallel, this part should come out very soon. That's not good. I've bent the plastic a bit. Now there's something underneath there I could also push, but I wasn't pushing now. Felt like something gave way. Now let's see. Keep forgetting the focus. I hope this is an antenna. Oh, wait. It's the microphone which broke. I have to resolder that. That's not the microphone, the speaker. Tempted to sever the other wire, but I think that's not a good idea. Just want to hold it in place. Let's see. Should have some tape around here. Right. So won't go any farther. The circuit board is riding this edge, not riding, it's up against this edge. Maybe this is some kind of backlight for the display. Yep. One of the connectors is stuck. Stuck behind this bracket. This is very light stuff. So here's the electronics. Oh wait, here's a screw hidden behind the black tape. It's like a Torx kind of screw, like a star-shaped socket. And that's why I bought the screwdriver set. If you repair stuff, then you'll often encounter weird kind of screws, and there's like one of these, with an opening in the middle, and I think I saw a 5-pointed star somewhere, a triangle, 2 sizes of triangles. One of these stars or the Torx screws with a hole in the center. There's a little connector here for the speaker. Might as well unplug it now. Normally I just tried pulling by the wire, but it didn't seem like a very good idea at the moment. There's two parts joined here by interlocking cylinders. They screw together. They hold the circuit board in place. Don't know if this is a kind of felt or something like that. Don't know if it's glued on. I think so. Got the camera mounted on a magnetic base, which is usually used for dial indicators for a lathe or a milling machine. It's right up in my face. There's the side. Don't want to damage the inside more than I have to, so be careful. Maybe I would be a bit less careful if this was my phone, but since it's someone else's, I thought I ripped the felt, but it's two parts over here. of prism or something, or reflective surface. Don't know how you'd call it. And there's two LEDs here. There's another connector here. Can again the focus. I released it by opening it with just pushing this clip up. The connector for the numbers, I think. Yeah. I think I can see a tiny screw here. This piece. Which I can't reach at the moment. There's one on the other side as well. Another connector. Right, it rides up against the screw. These look like regular Phillips heads. Almost there. Let's see. This is for the directional control, which touches this part. And the problem was the number 3, which is over here. Was the connections should be underneath here. hope this is not what I think it is. It looks like a kind of riveted something. Which should be holding these two parts together, like they were pressed in and heated afterwards to get a permanent joint. That's not good news. And also it's time for me to do something else, so I'll continue later.